first thing you want to do before you work on anything electrical in your house is find your electrical panel, go to the breaker that's related to what you're working on and switch it off. You might want to get a tracer or a tester or get someone to stand in the room when you got to turn the lights off and tell you that the lights is off. But turn the breaker off first. That's the safety of electrical. Welcome back. This is Mighty Mike, DIY, no joke, no jive. And today we're going to put together a basic ceiling fan. I'm going to show you how to do it yourself and put together this ceiling fan to install it with no hassles, no problem. Just follow along with me. Sit down, get your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, kick up your feet and follow along with me. Today I got all my parts for the ceiling fan laid out. I like to take everything out of the box and lay it out real neatly. That way I can see all my parts. And I tell you, each ceiling fan is different. So you want to read the instructions first to your particular ceiling fan. But I'm going to show you the basics on how to install these ceiling fans with no problem. And once you unpack everything, you're going to see a motor. This is the motor that's going to drive the paddles, the ceiling fan paddles. This is the ceiling fan paddles right here. Ceiling fan paddles, be very careful. Don't lose no screw. They do not like to give you extra. So be very careful. Keep an eye on your screws. Put them in a safe area. The two of mine just dropped out. We got the paddles right here. They will come like this. I have already installed the braces for these for the sake of time, but they come like this and they come with a brace, and here's the paddle. So you want to make a decision which side that you want to use, and we'll get back to that later. We also have a light kit that came with it. Here is the light kit, okay? And it comes with a cover, and this is the rod that's going to connect to the brace that is installed. I already don't install it. Got two screws. You will install it to your wood beam up in the ceiling, and once we get up there, I'm going to show you how to put this rod on the brace. For me, also you have two shades right here for your light kit that goes on your light. These will go on your light, and they even give us bulbs. Okay? So I have laid everything out real nice and neat so I can see what I got and I can see what I'm doing. So first thing I like to do, I like to put together my fan on the ground, because once you get it up there on that brace, it's very hard to put these pedals on up there on the brace. Unless you feel lucky, you can do it. But I'd rather do everything on the ground, put my brace on, put my rod on, connect it up there to my brace that's already installed. We're going to show you that later, and then put the light kit on, okay? So what you got here with this brace, you can see you make a decision on what side that you would like the best. I always ask the homeowners, ma'am, sir, which side would you like to use? And as you can see, we are using this side. Very nice. So I want to put my brace on the side that I'm going to use. Right here, put my brace on the side that I want to use. It's got 3 threaded holes on that side where your screws will go in. So you put your brace on the side that you're going to use, put it down. And for this installation, you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. And if you got the old DeWalt laying around, or Milwaukee, or DeWalt, or any drill, you're going to need a drill. I like to use a drill. So once you get this on, like I showed you, you're going to take these. These comes with washers, kind of like plastic paper washers that go on so that you won't rough up and scratch up the paddle. Put it in, get my drill. And I like to put my drill on slow speed. There it is. Get my next one. Very simple. No rocket science. No rocket science today. Just a simple install. Just take your time. Don't get nervous. Keep up with your parts. Okay, you see that? And once I get that in with a drill, I like to take my Phillips head screwdriver and make sure that it's tight, because if this is not tight, your fan is going to wobble on you. These blades are going to wobble on you. So your fan will be wobbly, 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 okay? All right, so we got that nice and tight. So we got, you see this, like the other paddles, We have done those for the sake of time. And then we want to take these panels with the brace that we have installed and put it onto the motor. Time to put the panels onto the motor. So I'm going to take the motor and I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to get enough space to where I can put these panels on. And if you come closer and look, these motors got holes in it to where the blades go. They even already got like cushions, like pads, so that you won't scratch up the fan. The main thing to remember and to be very careful is that whenever you putting your screws in here, don't drop your screws down in the motor, because you may get lucky and get it out by shaking it. But if you don't, you're gonna have a noisy fan. Blah, screw going around with your fan. Okay? Alright, so we're gonna put our screws. We got screws that comes with it. These are the screws that goes in the motor. We're gonna put those in the blade holder. Okay, 2 screws, put the other one there. And I'm gonna get my D-Walk and I'm gonna place it, as you can see, come closer. I'm gonna place it on the pads and I'm gonna turn this around so that my screw in each fan, like I said, is different. So I'm gonna place this right where it's supposed to be on the pad. Drill it in, turn it that way so where that gap is, so that my drill can get in that gap. Right there. And once I get these on, I like to tighten it with my Phillips head screwdriver. Put a little manual torque on it. Okay? Because like I said, if you don't tighten these up, the flan's going to do the wobble, Mr. Wobble on you. Tighten it up real good. Get my next blade. Okay? I do all of this on the ground. Can you imagine doing this when the fan is hanging up on that brace? You might can't do it, but I'd rather take the easy way out if I can. So this is the easy way out and I can. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. So now we're gonna go to the next one. Start it down. Turn the motor where the gap is so I can get my drill down in there. There it is. Test it with this. Sure it's tight. It's tight. I told you it's gonna be easy, huh? You gotta make sure you don't lose your parts to the fan. Take your time. Don't get in a rush. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on. All right? If you gotta look at this video again, it will be available for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We got a lot of DIY projects going on that you can do yourself. No joke, no jive. We got some serious, very nice electrical DIY projects. So we're gonna trying to jump the shit on me here. Let's back off of it, though. Keep jumping and you strip that screw. And like I said at the beginning, they do not like to give you extra. So you gotta go out to Home Depot, interrupt your flow, and get another screw. So be careful with the drill. See, look, it wasn't screwed all the way down. So I backed off with the drill and just got my screwdriver, okay? That's 3 up and 2 to go, okay? Get this one right here. Come at you. All right. You see why you need room to do this? Because those blades are going to spread out on you. We got a fan going on here. Got a fan going on. All right. Here, get the other screw. I got to keep an eye on my screws. They don't give you extra. They don't give you extra. Anytime you hear that click, click, and that jumping, back off of it quick. These screws are very soft that they give you. I think they want you to go spend money, buy some more screws, and they don't give you extra. You got a deal going on somewhere. I'm gonna make sure that's tight. So I got 4 blades and 1 to go. We doing good, huh? We doing good. Everything going smooth. Get my last screw here. Keep up with my screws and make sure all my parts stay in place. Know what you're doing when you mess with these things. When you lose some parts, it's gonna interrupt your flow. I'm telling you, been there, done that. Don't lose your parts. Turn it around so I can see it. Notice how I'm being very careful with these screws. Cause you drop these screws down in that motor, I tell you, man, gonna be a serious situation. All right, get my Tighten it on down. You gotta make sure this is tight, okay? And tighten it up to where you script the screw. You don't need to do that, okay? There. Okay, now I'm gonna turn the fan over and we're gonna put our brace on and our cover that's gonna attach to the upper brace that's attached to the wooden beam in your ceiling, okay? If you don't have a ceiling fan brace or a wooden brace for a ceiling fan, please do not install a fan on that. Code said that you must have a brace that's rated for a ceiling fan or a light over 35 or 50 pounds. The brace has to be rated to hold that much weight. And you want a brace to hold that much weight because when that ceiling fan starts turning, you don't want that ceiling fan to fall down on nobody's head or the brace to fall, the brace to break, because the ceiling fan is going to be going around. It needs to have a solid brace that can hold the weight. Okay? Now for that, we're going to turn it over really careful. And notice that we have 2 screws here. These are 2 screws that you're going to put in. I already don't pre-install them for you. And we're going to put our rod down here. Before we put our rod down, never forget to put this booger down first. This right here, okay? Because this is going to go over top of that right there to cover all this up. So always remember, okay? Put this rod down. You see what I'm doing? You got the rod that's going to go here, and this brace going to go here. You got another one that's going to be the cover. See? Cover right here. This is going to go up in the ceiling right here, okay? You got a cover that's going to cover this, all right? So I'm going to make sure that I put my rod in. You got what they call a cotter pin. Put in. Cotter pin goes in here. You got holes right here inside of this rod. Goes in here. This is going to hold this piece in place. Keep it from going up any farther. And then you got a screw right here. You tighten down. Tighten it down. Okay, see that's holding that in place so that won't move on you. And I'm going to put this, that's going to be a cover, and this also. Check it out now, stay with me. And don't forget to get this little plastic. Then we're going to line, we got another hole what we're going to use with this cotter pin. And it's got a pin brace right here holder. It's going to go line up with this hole and make sure that you get your wire through this rod. Because the wire is going to be what's connecting to your power coming out or your power going and coming in. I like to twist it up real good, stick it up through there, and it comes out on the other side with no problem. This is why I usually don't fight with me. They know it won't win. Don't fight me. Goes in real smooth. My buddy. All right, so we're going to line this up. That should line up. Once you line it up, you take your pin and pull it through. This is going to keep the rod from coming out. You might have to turn it. You feel where that hole is. You get these, back them up a little bit because sometimes, yeah, you got to back these up. Make sure these 2 screws that's on the side back up so they won't interfere with your situation, your operation, okay? Just lined up and just take your time. Don't get frustrated. Line up. I'm going to get on this other side so I can see. There we go. Now I can see you. Hide from me. I'm just going to keep the rod from coming out right here. It goes all the way through. You may have to work it for a while. You see it came through on the other end right here, see? Came through on the other end. And I'm going to take, see how that falls in there real pretty and protect it. Keep from seeing that all this situation that's going to go down. So I got my pin all the way through. Now that I got it through, I'm going to put my pin in here so it will hold that so it won't slide back out. And I might want to use my wash strippers, or if you got some needle nose pliers, you can use those. But I like my wash strippers because they get up in there also. Tell y'all, when you get my age, man, getting down in here, I don't know. I'm getting the light so I can see it. Turn that pin around. And put it in that hole that will come on the other end, and you gotta be patient with this because it'll try to wear you down. Be patient, and that's gonna flip right in on there. See, got the pin through there, so that rod stays in there. That way, that rod won't come up on you. And also, it got 2 screws here that'll help you. So you want to tighten them down. There's one right there. Tighten it down on the rod. You don't want that rod flopping on you. Everything's gotta be tight and secure so this fan won't wobble, do the wobble, Mr. Wobble on you. Okay, Turn around the other screw, tighten that down. I'm gonna cotter pin in, and we can let that drop. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this up to the rod, and we're gonna hang this on the fan, and that way it's gonna hang on the fan, and that way we'll be able to wire the fan while it's up there on the brace, okay? And we gotta make sure to have this on, okay? Because this is gonna be our cover. There's no way you're gonna be able to put this on if you have this on, if it's not on like this. You can't go back and put this on. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to do that, okay? So, we're gonna check our fan. Also, today, we're gonna put on our cover. This nice looking cover that we're gonna put on, okay? That's gonna look real nice and pretty up there. So we're gonna try to get this on once we put our fan on. It all should fit with no problem. So here we go, here we go, here we go. See, I'm gonna put this up here already. Myself situated, get everything right, what we have to do. So when we get up there, we have no problem. Got a fan, you see? Everything is together. So I can grab my fan. See, we got our fan hanging on our brace, and that way we can very easily come up here and wire this fan without keeping it in order, because it's sitting up on the brace. It's sitting up on the brace really nice and secure. So first thing I'm gonna do, and y'all know me, I always do my ground first. So I'm gonna get that ground there, put a wire nut on here. This is the wire nut that secures and protects the wire. That's what we call wire nut. And I call this one old yellow. So I'm gonna put old yellow wire nut on here, and I'm gonna do my neutral net. This is my neutral wire right here. Get my wire nut. Give it a nice twist. A nice twist. Make sure the neutral is on secure. And we'll come back with our hot. Notice if you zoom in, we got a hot and a black connected together. One of these is for the light. The blue one is for the light, and the black one is for the fan. Due to the fact that whoever installed this did not install a double pole switch and not a double pole switch. They did not two-gang switch, two switches, one for the light and one for the fan. Then we have to hook the fan and the light wire together so that one switch, one power switch, one power coming through this, the way it's hooked together, would turn on the light and the fan. And that way we can use our pull chain to turn off the fan or the light, okay? So, excuse me. So we have our fan and our light. We got a black wire for the fan, and we got a blue wire for the light. We're gonna connect that to our power. As you can see, we got only one power wire coming in here. That's the black wire. So we're gonna connect the blue and the black wire to our power coming in from the switch. And when you turn on that switch, it's gonna send power to the blue and black wire. I promise. Okay, once we get all this, we got a cover up here really nice and pretty, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna glue it up here. I thought that it would hold the glue that I used, but we're working with a popcorn ceiling that's hard to glue to. But we're gonna come back with some serious glue. We'll get it. Come back with some serious glue and put it on there. But right now we're gonna get those walls, fold them up really nice and neat, get them up in there, out of the way, up in the cover, under the cover, get them up in there, out of the way, and we can, after we get that out of the way, we can now, oh, the ground came loose. And we got our cover up there looking really nice and pretty, okay? Now we're gonna put our light kit on. See what I mean? I like to put everything on down below, and then I can come up here and work with my light kit and with my shades. So I can put my shades on down here if I want to. But I'm gonna put my light kit on. The light kit has a connector on it right here, okay? So we're gonna connect it. See, there's your connector up there. I'm gonna hit your connector up here. Light kit. I'm gonna plug my light kit in, see? And it should have an orange to orange. See that? They making this stuff now too easy. So your DIY projects should be very easy. It shouldn't stress you out. Now look at that. Orange connector. Orange. Turn it to that. Boom. Can't go wrong. I told you. DIY. No joke. No jive. So you fold that up in there real nice, and you got two holes right here that have to line up, and they got a gap. Bring the camera around here so you can see this gap right here. The reason why they got this gap right here, okay, is because that's where your light switch is going to go. Your this switch in here, see? Gap, and you got a electronics in here. So I'm going to fold this up real neat, line it up. See how it lined up? Let me get my screws ready, and I hope that don't fall. And I have to take my gloves off because I can't hold them screws with my gloves. I don't want to lose them and drop them and keep going down and forth, up and down the ladder. So I got a screw in here that I'll just get this. Light kit installed, very easy, looking good, everything going smooth. Now I want to put my shades on. I'm going to take one shade up on the ladder with me and one light bulb. I might as well put the light bulb in while I'm up there, right? So I got my light bulb. I'm going to put in this little hole. This ladder is very useful. You can put your tools in there. You can put your screwdrivers, look at that, in there. Screwdrivers will fit in there that you need. Very helpful. So this thing has a nut screw in it. Once you put the shade in, you got this in it that's going to secure the shade. So I'm going to have to take my gloves off again because I got to get my big hands inside there and secure this, the nut. So I'm going to put that in. You gotta be real careful when you're putting these lights in, not to break the shade, because the shade is very beautiful and you don't want to interrupt your flow by going and searching and looking for another shade. And the homeowner, if you're out there doing this to make money, the homeowner may love the shade that he or she picked out. And you may have to go buy a whole nother fan and you don't lost $200 or $300 of your profit. So be careful. The moral of the story. One more to go. Be careful. Keep your money on your mind and your mind on your... And y'all don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of DIY projects, electrical projects that you can do yourself. Very interesting projects. We make it very easy for you. We show you the shortcut that's going to be the best way to do your project. Check us out. All right, we got our shades up, we got our bulbs in, we got our panels on, our fan is looking good, everything is looking good. This right here, all right, everything is looking good. I'm going to step back and give me look at it, get an eyeball shot of it. There it is. Home ceiling fan, made easy for you. DIY. No joke, no jive. Come back and see us, okay? To God be the glory. See you next time.